I guess when people found out that I was coming home for a year, I had Jeff Grett from the Holden racing team give me a call and ask me to come in for a bit of a chat, and they were putting together a program to support young drivers in motorsport. And then they invited me out for a test at Quarter. And that was really interesting because I rocked up and it was Brocky's car. Excuse me. It was Brocky's car. It was the 05 car. And Jeff said, "This is the car you're going to drive." And I said, "Are you serious? Like, I'm going to get to drive Peter's car?" And he goes, "Yeah, jump in, do a few laps, see what you think." And I jumped in, did a few laps, came in, and Jeff goes, "What do you think? And, do you feel comfortable? Is there anything you want to change? Blah, 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 blah." And I said, no, life's good. And I said, "I just can't get over the fact that I'm in Peter's car." And he goes, "Yeah, well, savor this moment, because it's not a chance that many drivers get to drive Pete's car. And so let's focus. Let's get back to, why we're here. Just go out and put together half a dozen laps that are consistent at a speed that you feel comfortable with." And I went back out, did those laps within those sort of 6 laps, so to speak. And I saw everyone had a little bit of a grin on their face, but no one was saying anything. And I knew that they were reasonably happy with what I did, but they kept their cards close to their chest. And then the next day, we got a phone call from Jeff, said come into the office and offered us the deal to become the 4th Young Lion for the year, to be part of what was the best team in that era, and to have support from Holden, from Mobile and the big backers back then. It was pretty fortunate. And Pete had a little bit to do with my career behind closed doors. So he always kept a little bit of an interest in my life. And so to have a chance to spend more time with him that year to develop as a driver and have those opportunities that you hear about with Craig Lowndes to, to understand how the world works, and so Pete sort of helped polish me in terms of my personality, and that's something that I'll be very fond of. And the times that I used to go over there for dinner with Bev and with Pete, and just to sit down and talk about life, talk about overseas, and talk about the possibility of whether I should go back or try and have a career in Australia and driving touring cars. It's something, again, that not many people get a chance to have a legend in this sport coach you, and give you advice to grow and become a better person, and to be more appreciative too of what opportunities you have. I was asked to take Peter Brock around to do a bit of a promo for the news that night. And so what we did, we were able to, give me a chance to do some laps around the track. Peter had to be in the passenger seat, and we used it as a chance for me to get some miles. And so that was quite a unique moment as well, because at that time, Peter had never been a passenger in a race car before, never known in a V8 supercar. And I'll never forget when we jumped in, Pete goes, "Steve, you don't need to prove anything. I don't want you to drive flat out. Let's just drive at a speed, that's fast, and it looks like we're going flat out." And we had cameras set up in the car, and he had the little button in his hand to push to take photos of the both of us. And, I just remember driving around just at 7/10, and I'm thinking, here I am taking the legend of this sport around in a V8 touring car, supercar of that time, and no one's ever done it before, and no one's probably ever going to do it again. And so the rest of the weekend was just a bit of a blur after that, really.